And we are live. Hello. Uh, it is the Integrity Racing League playoff opener from Las Vegas. We got Brad Patton on the pole. He's a playoff driver. Alec Daffin alongside him. He's a playoff driver. And we got Jack Painter alongside me in the booth. What's up,
And
Jack?
I'm not a playoff driver. Hello.
No, he's not a playoff driver. What's up, Jack? How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing pretty well on this fine Monday evening.
I'd say I am as well. It was a good day today. The sky was a nice shade of blue, which is pretty cool because a lot of times in California it's a nice shade of gray, so it's fun to have a change from that. I'd go over the playoff format, but I don't think we need to. You all know how this works. We got 12 drivers. In a couple of races, we'll have 8 drivers, and then 4 drivers, and then a champion. It starts today at Las Vegas. Next week we'll be in Talladega, and then in the Charlotte Roval. But for now we're in Las Vegas. I almost
Talavegas.
Yeah, we're in Talavegas. Pace car gonna be in this time. Bye.
Quick reminder.
Oh, I forgot to mute voice chat. Okay. Hopefully, did that work? No. There we go. Okay. Here we go. Playoffs from Vegas. Pace car is in. Brad Patton from the pole. Gonna lead us to green. We are going on green, and we're underway from Las Vegas. It's a good start by Brad Patton. Gets clear of Cody Smith through turn 1. Here comes Daffin on the high side. Wetmore looking 3 wide for second. Down the back straightaway, going to turn 3. Patton in the lead. Here comes Wetmore on the bottom. Daffin up top, 3 wide. Wetmore going to try and get to second, but gets loose on the bottom. Cody Smith fights back up top as Brad Patton leads lap 1.
Yeah, Daffin up there on the top. It'll be interesting to see when this high side starts kicking in, because I was doing a little testing during practice just as a spectator, and the high side did seem to be a little bit quicker than the bottom. I don't know when the groove will start moving up, but for now it's on the bottom, so look for the groove to move up maybe towards middle and later parts of this race maybe.
Yeah, having done a race with this setup in B-Fix, the Highline was actually the way to go once the tires wore off. It was, I wouldn't say considerably faster, but it definitely gave you a good run off the corner. We saw Daffin go to the high side there in 1 and 2. It worked out for him. Now Smith moving in the middle. A couple of drivers experimenting early on. Brad Patton, though, still running the bottom as Daffin nose to tail with Tom Wetmore there for third. Wetmore looking to the inside, not going to make the move there. Down to turn 3.
Yeah, already seeing who's that duel behind Wetmore there. He was looking a bit high. Wetmore looks like he started up high, then jumped down to the bottom there through the corner, trying to make a move on Daffin there. Let's see what he does here in 1 and 2. They both go high. All 3 of them go high. So already drivers starting to play around with their lines and trying to find the one that works the best.
Yeah, a lot of... Where was I going with that? Right. There's a lot of bumps on the bottom of 1 and 2, so that's kind of forcing drivers to look around in there, and it makes it a very interesting corner as we see Brad Patton going a little bit wide through 3 and 4. That might be intentional, trying to keep some speed up through the corner, but Cody Smith running him down about 1.5, nope, 1.5 tenths back, there we go. As they go into 1 and 2, you see Patton and Smith both running that middle lane as here comes Tom Wetmore, getting to the outside of Alec Daffin off turn number 2.
Yeah, I think already this groove is starting to move up a little bit. Everybody's starting to run the middle now. And now Wetmore making that pass on the outside around Daffin. Let's see if he can get it done here coming off the corner. Daffin fighting back on the inside. He's going to draw even with him. And Daffin's still holding strong there. Let's see what happens here in 1 and 2. What kind of run? Yeah, Wetmore dives it in. And yeah, he's going to get a big run here off the corner.
Oh, Daffin up the track.
Close.
Little sideways. That'll let Wetmore slingshot off turn number 2 and take away that second position. We saw back in the spring the pass for the win was made. Oh, yeah. Well, we saw back in the spring the pass for the win was made on the high side in 1 and 2. And we're seeing that right now early on, even before the tires wear, as Wetmore takes third. Now Daffin side by side with Dwell for fourth. Dwell on the high side. I'm going to see if he runs that second lane, maybe third lane through 1 and 2. Still dead even as they come off the corner.
Yeah, Sewell's got to run. He's going to draw even with him heading into turn 3.
All the way up top.
Oh, yeah. And now cutting back down to the middle, kind of second lane off the bottom. He's going to get a good run here off the corner. And maybe Alvarez will be, he's got the decision of who he wants to follow here, Daffin or Duel. If I were him, I would jump up to that top lane and follow Duel by, but he's thinking higher.
Yeah, trying to get some clean air on the nose of that 83. Gets a nice run off turn number 2. Now he's side by side with Daffin, going to be clear by the time they get to the corner.
So yeah, this line is already moving up. You don't really want to be on the bottom here. Although as everybody goes to the bottom now, at least if you're making a pass, if you're trying to do something, you're gonna want to move up a little bit. But I think for right now, all these guys are more concerned about saving tire a little bit, as everybody is up in the middle lane now. Okay, so I'll just everybody's just doing the opposite of what I say. So,
all right, everyone is putting on a really boring race. No one is passing. I mean, one thing I noticed, I don't know how much this is worth, but I was practicing for a league race the other night, and I did 3 laps on the top, 3 laps on the bottom. The tire wear was the same, but the tire heat was a little bit less on the high side, so maybe the high line might be saving some tires. I don't know, might be worth exploring as Cody Smith has caught up to the bumper of Brad Patton for the lead here on lap 10. They are nose to tail running that second groove. Cody Smith, a driver we haven't really talked about all season. He's always been there, hasn't been really much more than just there, but right now he is in second, fighting for the lead here with Brad Patton.
And right now, Duel's starting to put the pressure on Wetmore there for third. He was kind of all over him there in 1 and 2. Thought he could get to his outside there coming off the corner, but Wetmore held strong there on the inside. So let's see what happens here going into turn 1. Yeah, he takes that line away, forces Duel to get out of the groove a little bit. Shout out Eric Estep. But yeah, Wetmore, it seems like the high line, at least middle in 1 and 2, and then bottom 3 and 4 is the groove. Again,
bottom in 3 and 4 is Wetmore
just
goes,
ignores.
Yeah.
Although they got to the bottom eventually, so
That's
yeah.
true. I mean, that's pretty much what I noticed as well. I think 1 and 2, those bumps on the bottom kind of force people to look around, but 3 and 4, it's a little smoother down low, so really the only time you can be in the middle is if you're making a pass. But it seems like in a wheel-to-wheel situation, you do want to be in the on the outside of someone, because you can just get such a better run off the corners. For the lead, they're not really wheel-to-wheel, still more bumper-to-bumper as they go down the back straightaway into turn 3. Cody Smith just riding in line for now, nowhere to go. Nothing happening in the battle for third either. Highest running playoff driver is non-playoff driver is Kevin Matz in 8th.
A little bit further back in the back, William Dunn, he was up just about running the fence. So it'll be interesting to see if anybody else jumps up there in 1 and 2. Although, yeah, you see now Pratton running the fence, taking the defensive line, trying to hold off Cody Smith there. Battle for the lead now. Oh,
hey, they're side by side for the lead. As we'll ignore the fact that you said Pratton, as Cody Smith goes to the bottom in 3 and 4. Patton on the high side. Side by side for now. Smith up the track a little bit. That'll force Patton just a tad wide. Smith doesn't wash out on exit. Cuts it low down the apron. Patton going to hang on to the way down to turn 1.
And right now, Wetmore and those guys back there, they're wanting to see this battle get side by side so they can start working their way up. And Wetmore right now, they're all running quicker than the leader, who is trying to hold off Cody Smith. So we'll see how this battle develops here. If they get side by side for the lead, if Wetmore, Duel, Alvarez, all of them become factors in this battle.
Interesting call by Patton to run that high. I wouldn't really expect that when your rival is, like pretty much on the bottom of the racetrack. So it'll be interesting to see if maybe he knows something these drivers don't, that running higher can be a lot faster. But I never really noticed the wall being too fast. Usually it's around that third lane. But hey, Brad Patton's a lot better of a driver than I am, so maybe he knows something I don't.
Yeah, he's holding him off. I mean, he ran a little bit faster than Cody Smith that last lap. He was faster than pretty much just about everybody except for Jacob Fife back there in 6th. So maybe that high side is the way to go.
Yeah, we know Patton's good on the long runs as the sun is setting here in Las Vegas, giving us a very nice orange-blue sky as we go back to turn number 1. This time, Patton takes the bottom. We'll see if Cody Smith experiments up high.
Yeah, now that lap, Patton was a little bit slower than Smith. So, yeah, Patton's just, right now, he's just searching around the track, trying to find the absolute best lane for, saving tire and making time. As we got a battle for 4th now, heating up, 5th with Fife and Alvarez.
Guillermo Alvarez on the outside of Jacob Fife, who ducks low down the front straightaway. That's going to hurt his momentum, though, as that flat part of the track, you're not able to carry as much speed through there. Now Alvarez goes to the top. Everybody is migrating to the middle top side. It's looking like a Kansas race out there. But now Fife edges ahead on the bottom, going to break the side draft against Alvarez down the back. Alvarez fights back on the high side by side into 3. I'm liking this multi-groove racing.
Yeah, this is fun to watch right now. Fife, that bottom, it looks like it works a little bit better in 3 and 4 than in 1 and 2, which, I mean, we've kind of been saying that since the start of the race. Alvarez, he's committed to kind of running a bit higher. I guess he kind of has to now because he's trying to defend that spot. As you see Daffin now drawing into this battle, he's going to fall behind Alvarez, get to the outside of Fife there. He's trying to take a spot away.
Yeah, Daffin saw a gap on the outside of Fife, gets to the bumper of Alvarez, backs off by the time they get to the corner. Daffin running that 3rd lane in 3 and 4. He draws even with Fife, and I'm guessing that means he's going to get a big run off the corner. There it is. He's going to be almost clear by the time they get to the start-finish line. Yep, there it is. Down to turn 1, Alec Daffin up to 6th. Daffin looking good on the long runs. He's got a lot of speed here on Guillermo Alvarez. Gets a nice run through 1 and 2. Patton's pulling away from Smith for the lead.
Yeah, Patton and Smith, they've kind of separated themselves, even from Wetmore, although Wetmore has now separated himself from 4th, Duel. We'll see what Alvarez can do here. It seems like he was about a 10th quicker than Duel that last lap, so let's see what kind of pressure Alvarez can put on Duel here for 4th.
Alvarez moving low on Michael Duel. He's going to get the run off turn number 2. Duel goes a little bit wide. Is Alvarez going to make the jump to the bottom? No, he does not. He hangs in line for now. Guillermo Alvarez, a very underrated driver in this field. We don't really see him at the front too often, but when he is good, he is very, very good. As right now, he is fighting for 4th with Michael Dowell. Alvarez, one of the playoff drivers, looking to start off his playoffs with a good run. 100 laps to go in this race, and Alvarez is looking strong as Duel up the track. Alvarez to that 2nd lane. He'll get underneath him in 1 and 2.
Yeah, Duel still got the bite there off the high side. He's going to hold on to that spot for now, but Alvarez is a little bit quicker, and Daffin is a little bit quicker than both of them. Daffin and Fife are both a little bit quicker than both Duel and Alvarez, so if Alvarez can get by Duel here, I expect to see Duel start to drop like, not really like a rock, but he'll probably lose a few more positions as Alvarez now cuts it down to the bottom, looking for some way around Duel.
Alvarez looking low, not quite on that white line. If I'm Alvarez, though, I'm going to be looking at that high side. That 4th lane up against the wall, I think, is going to be the way to go if you really want to get a run on someone. He is all over his bumper in a 3 and 4, though. Might try a little bit of a bump and run here. It's not too orthodox to Las Vegas, but hey, I've seen it done. I've had it done on me in a cup car. That was scary. We'll see if it happens again tonight. Alvarez all over the bumper of Duel. What's he going to do in 1 and 2? He once again tries to drive underneath him.
He backed out pretty early there. Here comes Daffin. Close on that left rear, but they make it out alive. All 3 of these guys now all under a blanket. Daffin right now is the fastest.
Contact!
Ooh.
Duel tried to get to the bumper of... Alvarez got to the bumper of Duel. Got him a little sideways through the corner. I was joking when I said you should try a bump and run here as Jacob Fife looking to go through the middle 3 wide. He backed out of that one.
Yeah, that was a smart move. Don't want to try to force anything like that too early.
Yeah, a lot of these drivers, they're going for everything they can get as here comes Alvarez with a run off turn number 2. I do believe we are coming to the end of stage 1 here shortly. It'll be lap 30 when stage 1 is concluded. A reminder of the procedures in this league. If there is no caution by the end of stage 2, then the competition yellow will be thrown. So that'll be lap 60 if we get there with no yellow.
Meanwhile, the battle for 2nd starting to heat up. Cody Smith has been chased down by Tom Wetmore. Although that lap Smith was about a 10th quicker. So we'll see. This battle for 2nd starting to take shape. Wetmore looks like, yeah, he's running a bit higher than Smith there in the corner, trying to get that run. So there's starting to see some battles shaping up all over this track.
And Alvarez tried the wall. It did not work. It'll put him side by side with the 48 of Alec Daffin, who draws even with him down the front straightaway. Side by side into turn 1. Daffin squeezing him up the road. And I think he's going to have the spot here if Alvarez goes too high like he did last time. Daffin clear as they exit turn 2.
Yeah, the inside there it's got some bite if you hit it right. Like Alvarez got a good bite on Duel a few laps ago there on the bottom, and Daffin you made the bottom work there. So high side is the preferred lane, but you can make the bottom work if you really know what you're doing.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I love this track so much is Caitlin Height has worked her way up inside the top 10. Haven't really talked about Caitlin Height a lot recently because she has not been running recently, but she's back for the playoffs in that 00 machine and is running up inside the top 10 in 8th.
Yeah, she's starting to draw her way into this battle for, like, all of these guys battle for 4th. Height's up here now, Kevin Matz, Nick Tarabuck, they're all up in this battle now. We'll see what happens later on in this race, but yeah, starting to get really interesting here, 4th through 10th.
And Alec Daffin has caught the bumper of Michael DeWell. It'll be his turn to try and get around the 88 car. As he drives it to the bottom, sends it down low on the 48, or the 88. He sends it on the 88 in the 48. Side by side down the back straightaway. A little bit of side drafted play, not going to work out. Down to turn 3.
And Alvarez not giving up. He's trying to get back there, trying to use that bottom. But Daffin just got such a good run there, and he's going to have a really good run here on Duel. He was about 300ths quicker. Let's see if he dives back to the bottom here like he's been doing.
They stays kind of near his left rear. Hasn't been able to get a lot further, but now off turn 2.
Whoa.
Duel gets wide. Daffin gets sideways. Side by side down the back. Daffin doesn't have the nose in, but Duel gives him the room anyways.
Oh, Duel slipped up. Here comes Daffin.
There he goes. Bottom of the racetrack, that number 48 machine has moved his way up into P4 as he gets around Michael Duel, who fights back on the way into turn 1.
And where's Alvarez going to go now?
Sticks it right behind the 48. Daffin with another drive to the bottom. He'll get slow off turn 2. They're both slow off turn 2. Alvarez stays in line with the 88, gives him a bit of a push down the back straightaway. Daffin with another side draft, going to drive it to the bottom again. Alvarez looking to make it 3 wide up top. Well, that could work out for him. Maybe looking for a crossover here down the front straightaway. Still hanging behind for now. Now here comes
Daffin
Alvarez.
flipped the grass a little bit.
And Alvarez trying to find a way.
Daffin clipped that grass a little bit in the trail, but got a little bit loose, but he held on to it. As I'm surprised he's putting up this much of a fight here on the bottom. Like, I know he's quicker than Duel, at least right now, but no, now he is starting to lose ground to Alvarez now. But that he can make the bottom work pretty well. He just needs to get clear of all these guys.
Honestly, I think that he's just not being aggressive enough with his car positioning on the way into the corner. He's giving him just that little bit too much room, not really spooking him out of anything. One of the best things you can do when you're on the bottom is to just squeeze that car on the outside as much as you can on entry so that they see you there and get a little bit spooked on the way into the corner. That can really give you a psychological advantage. As we see Guillermo Alvarez get clear of Alec Daffin. It'll be his turn to get around Michael DeWell now.
And Daffin just called out he's pitting.
There he goes down pit road. It's interesting. A little early to pit, but it is lap 30, halfway through stage 2.
Stage 1 is over.
Yeah. Brad Patton won the stage. Tom Wetmore has gotten around Cody Smith for second. We'll see if he has anything for our leader. Smith back to third, Duell to fourth, and here comes Alvarez with another charge.
And this is right now the best battle on the track. You got all these guys and girls here in this little cluster trying to all fight for more stage points. Alvarez, I'm surprised Duel's held on this long to fourth, as now you see Cody Smith ducking in.
So now we got another car pitting, and I wonder if they're not able to make it to the end of stage 2. 60 laps doesn't seem too long for fuel at Vegas, but I suppose it is a bit of a stretch. So I guess by that logic, it makes more sense to try and cut it a little short and short pit around halfway through both stages.
Michael Duell is calling himself to pit road.
So everybody's coming in now.
Yep, Don Stevenson, Alan Rowell back in the pack. They both putting it in the chat.
Here they go. Duel to the pits.
Ooh, just about missed it, but he kept it there on the apron.
Now we got a couple of cars side by side. Look at Jacob Fife on the inside of Guillermo Alvarez. Alvarez got checked up by the pitting Duel, and now is falling back. He'll try and fight back on the outside of Fife. He's able to stay on his right rear, but gets tight.
In the wall.
That car's going on the wall as now Caitlin Height sees an opportunity to get to the outside of Jacob Fife. Caitlin Height, one of the best drivers on the long runs. We saw it at Charlotte earlier this season, and that, I believe it was a 200-lap race.
Nick Tarabuk brings into the pits.
That number 4 car is in. Postigo gets himself up to 7th as a result. So now what can Brad Patton do? What will Brad Patton do from the lead? Because the more time that he stays out, the bigger the undercut will be by the 18 of Cody Smith.
Yeah, I like that move by Smith pitting. I mean, even now at this point, a lot of laps earlier than Patton. So it'll be really interesting to see where he cycles out, how much closer he'll be to Patton and Wetmore, if he'll get around Wetmore.
He'll definitely get around Wetmore and definitely get around Patton. The lap times have fallen off by almost 2 full seconds. So he's definitely going to get around both of them. The question is, how much worse are his tires going to be at the end of the run? Michael Duell has brought it down as stayed out, sorry. It's Nick Tarabuk who's coming out. I don't know who just pitted. I saw some.
Yeah, Tarabuk's coming out. Stevenson's coming out. Pierce is coming out.
Side by side for second. Here we go. Or for third. Here we go. Jacob Fife on the outside of Caitlin Height, who gets to the bottom in 1 and 2. Or down the front straightaway. I don't know where we are. Caitlin Height down the inside, down to turn 1. But Jacob Fife going to hold on to the high side for now.
I'm surprised these drivers up here, they haven't pitted yet. Like, I would have reacted to what these other guys were doing. I would have come in like a lap or two after them. I'm surprised they're staying out this long.
I mean, I can understand it. You don't want to have old tires for the end of the stage, but I guess it is worth a shot. But I mean, the tires on iRacing, I don't know if they wear unrealistically quickly, but they wear extremely quickly. So even like a 3 or 4 lap undercut is going to give you a huge disadvantage when you cycle back out into the lead.
Yeah, Height, she had position there on the inside of Fife, but she backed out pretty early. Looks like just going to draw in line behind Fife. Maybe save a little bit more tire, or maybe she's pitting in soon. She hasn't put anything in chat, so I think she's just all these guys and girls staying out. They're just settling into a rhythm now, trying to save as much tire as they can. As here comes Cody Smith working his way around the outside of Kevin Matz. That's for position. Smith on the new tires.
Yeah, Cody Smith is going to be flying through this field on these fresher tires. Watch this in 1 and 2. He gets to the outside of Alvarez and just powers around him. Yeah, now I was going to say something, but I figured you were going to catch it. As you see the difference there between old and new tires as Smith goes flying around the outside of Alvarez.
And Caitlin Height has just said she is pitting. Jacob Fife said she stole my idea.
Oh, this is going to be awkward with Cody Smith. Yikes! Whoa. They made it work. Barely.
Alvarez brings it down too.
A lot of drivers pitting, and who else? And guess who else is pitting? Yeah, Brad Patton from the lead. The number 1 car is in. He has been leading pretty much this entire time. I think it actually has been this entire time. He relinquishes the lead to Tom Wetmore, who is, I'm guessing, staying out to have better tires at the end of the stage.
Yep, Fife just called himself into pit. As now Daffin gets around him. Daffin is right there behind Smith. Daffin made a good decision pitting a little bit early.
Yeah, good call by a lot of these guys to pit in. Earlier and try and jump around the race leaders as Patton pulls it off pit road, and you're going to see right here before they even get to the corner, Cody Smith is flying out in ahead. So he is going for this stage win, because in theory, if Cody Smith can hold on to the stage, then he is going to get that caution to bail him out. And that is going to mean that Cody Smith gets to pit with the track position, so that could shake things up a little bit. Brad Patton comes back out, P10 on the track and quite a ways back of who's going to cycle out to be the leader, Cody Smith.
And Wetmore still hasn't pit yet. I'm surprised he stayed out this long, but I mean, he really must be going for as he gets in the way of Smith and Daffin on the new tires. They're going to try to split him.
Slowing in the way as Alec Daffin gets around him. Now here comes Duell with a run. Alec Daffin now going to cycle out as the leader when everyone else pits. And all this is letting Brad Patton close in.
Cody Smith will not be happy with that. He was well ahead of these guys, and yeah, just getting held up by a car on older tires. He will not be very pleased with Tom Wetmore right there.
No, definitely not, but the thing you got to consider, Tom Wetmore is the leader, so it is the lap car's job to respect the leader, at least in my opinion. Yeah. So I can understand his frustration, but at the same time, when you are a lap down, I mean, it's kind of on you to unlap yourself. It's definitely not on the leader to get out of your way. Brad Patton right now, just about, what, I want to say maybe 4 seconds behind Cody Smith. We'll see how quickly that gap comes down. Probably 4.5 seconds to Alec Daffin, who is right now going to cycle out to be the leader, unless Michael Duell can get around him. Keep in mind the top 3 are yet to pit. Don't really like talking about the top 3 yet to pit. It gives me Russian Grand Prix flashbacks, and I'm very disappointed by that race. Just don't remind me.
I slept in. I didn't even bother watching it.
I did too, but I watched the replay, and I was just like, oh my god, he's going to win! And then he didn't, and I was
No.
really sad. Okay, yeah, so 4 seconds between Brad Patton and Cody Smith. Another about 0.8 of a second to Alec Daffin. He's got the rest of this stage, which is 15 laps, to close the gap in. And he is only closing in by about 0.4 of a second. So, doing the math, 0.4 times 15 is another number. I don't know if it's going to catch him.
Something?
Yeah, something like that. Here, I'll do the math. 0.4 times 15 is 6 seconds. So, probably going to catch him, but we'll see. You never know. Tires tend to even out a little bit towards the end of the run. Wetmore is still
Yeah, I was about to say, will that 2/10 gap sustain?
Well, 0.4 gap, and probably not.
Yeah. Math is hard.
Yeah, you know what? I feel mean when I correct people. I just felt like I had to say something, because 0.2 would mean that he would only gain about 3 seconds. He's closing pretty quickly, though, so we'll see. Daffin's still leading, though. Duell still second. Lap 47 underway, and Patton is doing his best to close in on them right now. Patton definitely the dominant car of the day. Mired back in traffic because of pit strategy.
Yeah, right there on the results. Yeah, Patton is just about 4 seconds on the dot back as now Duell ducks the inside of Daffin, trying to take what will be the lead.
Yeah, here we go for the lead. Duell down the inside. Whoa, a little tight off turn 4, but I think he might have it. No, Daffin fights back, but all this fighting between the top 2 is going to let Brad Patton reel him in even quicker. That one machine is charging as they are door-to-door for the lead. No longer door-to-door for the lead. Duell's got it.
Duell really dove it in there. He's got a good run through 1 and 2. He's going to take...
Whoa, he gets the wall. Off turn number 2. That'll let Daffin look back to the inside, and you do not want to hit the wall here at Las Vegas. It can really hurt your car in a, I'm going to be completely honest, iRacing, wholly unrealistic way for these composite bodies. Please fix your damage model. It is so bad. As Cody Smith now has joined this fight for P4. Brad Patton is continuing to run them down, about 1.7 seconds between them. He's closing them in last time by at 0.7 of a second. And that right side damage is really going to hurt the aero of Michael Duell, and beyond that, it's going to wear his tires a lot more because he's going to be forced to rely on the mechanical grip of the car a lot more, and that is going to hurt him on the long runs. Trust me, you do not want any right side damage here at Las Vegas. I would know. I did not have a fun time in my last league race here, but here comes Cody Smith trying to take away 5th. That will be 2nd on Alec Daffin.
Yeah, meanwhile, Patton is digging. He is now less than a second and a half behind these guys, and he is just closing extremely quickly as Daffin now comes back to the inside. We're now side by side for the lead again. Patton is loving this.
Yeah, that Depth Esports machine is making quick work of the track between him and the leaders, but you gotta consider there's a big gaggle of cars up here, so he's gotta pick his lanes wisely, but he is already there. 10 laps to go, stage 2, and Brad Patton is looking for the lead. Well, it'll be the lead once everyone cycles out, since the top 3 are still yet to pit. I do wonder if the top 3 are going to try and make it to the end of the stage as
Patton, wow.
threads the needle through the middle. He is up into 4th. And that's going to be the lead when the top 3 pit.
What a move.
Keep in mind, though, I think the fuel window here is only about 57 laps, so it is possible in theory for Tom Wetmore to make it to the end of the stage. So there is that to consider. As much as Patton is going to get a lot of points by finishing 4th in the stage that'll help him in the playoff bubble, you got to consider that Tom Wetmore might be able to get away with the stage win.
Yeah, he'd have to save about 3 laps. I don't know how much he's been saving, but I don't know about that. He'll probably come in within the next few laps.
Well, why don't we listen
I don't know
in?
if he got. Yeah, I don't know if you can save like 3 laps here. I don't know if he's been William Dunn might be doing, though, because he's only running about 155 through the corners there in third. So maybe Dunn's trying to save, but I don't think Wetmore or Mats are really trying to save much.
I mean, all these guys are lifting off the throttle considerably. I don't hear any clutching, unless they're already safe to the end and they're saving early on, although that would surprise me. I don't know. We'll have to see. Because I doubt they can stretch 3 laps without clutching. They might be able to if they pitted while we weren't, or if they were coasting while we weren't watching them.
Battle for what will be second. Smith to the inside of Duel. Duel fighting back there on the outside.
Side by side off turn 2. Duel gets the run up top. Smith hanging on to the bottom. Side by side for second. Cody Smith down the inside. One thing to note, Brad Patton is not going to catch your race leader under green if he does not pit. So I think right now it's a race to the stage 2 yellow, and if Tom Wetmore can stretch the field, he is going to be the stage winner. But oh, and there we go, he's pitting. So down pit road goes the 51 car, he can't make it. Neither can Kevin Matz. So now it's down to William Dunn. No, he is calling it quits as well. The top 3 all pit on 1 lap, and that will give the stage lead and a win to Brad Patton as Duel looks down, or is being looked down the inside by Alec Taffin. That was phrased very poorly. As Taffin a little bit slow off turn number 4. Actually, never mind. He got the run here down the front straightaway. Trying to go for 4th on Michael Duel. He looks to the inside before turn 1. He's going to be offline, though. Duel did a nice job blocking the bottom. That'll give him the run through the corner.
We've seen Daffin get these good runs there on the bottom, but that was more when he cut down to the bottom from the top lane. So, I mean, Daffin's made work on the bottom as Terabuk. He is starting to draw into this battle here.
Yeah, 9/10 of a second now. I don't know if he has fresher tires. He does by 3 laps over Daffin.
He did pit a little bit later.
Yeah, he has fresher tires by 3 laps over Daffin and 1 lap over Duel, so not too much, but he is pretty good on the long runs regardless.
Yeah, he's 3/10 quicker than these 2 guys ahead of him.
Yeah, he's moving. Well, I don't think he's 3/10 quicker, but he's definitely fast.
Yeah, he ran a 32.0 last time. Whoa, contact!
Oh, do we have trouble? I didn't...
Duel got sideways, he saved it.
Let's take a look. It happened in a turn 3. Did Daffin try and give him a little doot and scoot? Ah, that might have been some netcode issues right there. Let's go ahead and give my professional analysis on this. And, yeah. Anyways, Caitlin Height gets around Michael Duel. Terabuk's around him as well. Now Jacob Fife closing in on Duel. He also has fresher tires than Duel by about 8 laps.
Yeah, now Duel's tires are a little bit hot, a little bit excited, so he's going to take a few laps to try to get those back under control as Fife now dives it down at the bottom there, trying to take 6th away, and he's going to get that going in turn 1.
Yeah, fresher tires on that 36 car. Not much Duel can do about it. Fife up into 6th.
All things considered, that was a really good save by Duel. Like, he was full on sideways there heading into turn 3. I'm surprised he didn't spin out there.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the wheels on that car. They didn't turn at all. He just kept the wheels straight, and the car fixed itself as here comes Terabuk on the outside of Caitlin Height for P4. Oh, by the way, last lap on the stage. Brad Patton has done the thing. He's led the thing. He's going to win stage number 2. We will get
he's a full straightaway ahead of second.
And we will get a caution at the conclusion of the stage because we have not had a caution yet. Side by side into 3. This is for the stage P4, something like that. It's for a point. Caitlin Height's going to take it. So once 10th place Jay Heischman crosses the line, that'll be the end of stage 2. He is currently exiting turn 4. Coming to the line now. Stage 2 winner, Brad Patton.
All right, man.
Caution is out.
Caution is out.
Well, pretty good first stage. A lot of exciting racing in the middle of the field.
A lot of good multi-group racing, which kind of took me a little bit by surprise. That was fun.
Yeah, it's probably not a great thing that it's such a surprise, but that's okay. You know, we'll take what we can get. Second stage is over. I'm guessing this will call everybody to pit road. No one caught a lap down either, so that'll be good for the competition. And I'm guessing this will be everybody in. Given the fuel runs in stage 1, I'm guessing they're gonna be able to make the rest of the way probably on a one-stop. Yeah, that would make sense. They're gonna make it on a one-stop.
I can see maybe Wetmore, Matz, and Dunn staying out since they only pitted a few laps ago. So we'll, nope, they're all coming in. Never mind.
No, they're not. It makes sense they would come in because their tire difference is going to be too much and they need the fuel at the end. But maybe what I can see them doing is now that they know they can run that long on fuel is maybe trying to stay out to the rest of the race. Because, I mean, they're only going to have to make it around 58 laps. I mean, I don't know if fuel is really going to be a concern for any of these drivers now. I think that if they save, definitely not. As Fields in pit road. Let's see if anyone is able to beat Brad Patton off pit road. It's possible here at Las Vegas. I lost a B-Fix that way, and no, I do not want to talk about it. As left side's going up for the field. Good stop by Cody Smith, who gets a nice drive out of the pit lane, and yes, indeed, he is going to beat him out. So that first pit stall at Las Vegas not looking good this week as Cody Smith wins the race off pit road.
Looks like Caitlin Height beat Patton out too.
That's surprising. Caitlin Height must have had a really good pit stop. She flew through there. Wow. So we're going to have on the restart about 55 laps to go. I think that's enough to make it to the end without stopping, and definitely will be if they try and save fuel. So it'll be curious. I'm curious to see if this turns into a bit of a fuel mileage race at the end, or if anyone even realizes that. By the time they get there, it's pretty easy to get caught up in the idea that you got to stop at lap 30 and then realize, oh wait, I can make it the rest of the race, and then have to save a bunch of fuel late.
I really hope this race goes caution-free, because if it ends up being a fuel mileage race, that'll be really fun to watch, like who can save however much fuel.
Yeah, it'll definitely be fun to watch, but I wouldn't mind a little late race restarting, if you know what I mean, to close out race 1 of the playoffs. Speaking of the playoffs, right now your bottom 4 running drivers are Duell, Alvarez, Rowell, and Heischman. I'm guessing Alvarez is a little out of position now because we saw him running quite well earlier on in the race. Lights are still on the pace car. I'm guessing this is going to be 2 to green this time by. We are under caution here at Las Vegas, not for incident before the conclusion of Stage 2. We'll have around 55 to go when we go back green.
Be interesting to see what happens now with Patton back in 3rd. How long Smith and Height can hold him off, because Patton has far and away been the best car today. It'll be interesting to see what Smith and Height can do. Maybe Daffin can sneak his way in front and make some noise up there.
Yeah, and I'm also curious to see what Caitlin Height can do here from P2. She, earlier on in the season, was absolutely on fire. I think won 4 or 5 races. I think she's
Patton's
still...
coming in.
Oh?
Oh, no, he's not.
I don't really know what that was. But
a lot of people are coming in to top off.
Oh, so I think that they know it's going to be a bit of a fuel mileage race to the end. This will save them about maybe a lap because of caution speed. It's worth a shot, I think. Everyone else staying out. What I was going to say, Caitlin Height, I mean, she went on a tear earlier on in the season, won a bunch of road course races, won at Charlotte, ended up with 4 wins. I think she's still tied as the all-time wins leader this season. And then, I'm not going to say fell off a cliff, just wasn't really as relevant to the race win anymore. She finds herself in 2nd on this restart. Tonight could be win number 5 if she is able to play her cards right. If I remember correctly, she won one of the road course races. Yeah, she won COTA, Charlotte, Nashville Superspeedway, and there's one other road course race. Left her with 4 wins, restarting 2nd. Cody Smith going to be the leader and the control car. The sun is down here at Las Vegas. should make tire saving a little less of a priority as the track temp goes down. We are going back green with 55 to go.
Now all those cars he pitted all lined up on the inside.
iRacing memento.
Little funny.
iRacing moment. Alright, pace car is in. Cody Smith from the race lead. Down and away early. He's trying to get the jump. We're back underway from Las Vegas.
That's really good for Patton, because Height clearly wasn't expecting that. Patton just doing whatever the dude in front of him was doing. And Patton's going to go, oh, no, never mind. I saw something, but it was nothing. As Patton now takes second away from Height.
Yeah, it's really hard to get a good restart from second as Alec Daffin goes down to the inside on Caitlin Height. Down the back straightaway, pokes his nose in on the way to turn 3. And he is going to have that pass done by the time they get to the apex of the corner. Daffin makes it stick as well. Textbook pass by the 48.
Patton now all over the back bumper of Smith. He's been gaining a lot through these corners. As now, yeah, there he goes right back to the inside. They take a little peek inside. He's going to get a pretty good run here off the corner.
Patton not wasting any time. Back on the gas. Smith gets loose. Patton going to drive it to the bottom. Will Smith block?
All over the back, and now he's going to look the outside.
Oh, blocked by Smith.
The door.
Patton drives it low. Smith going to have the runoff. What can Daffin do from third?
Yeah. I was about to say, Daffin's caught these guys now.
Daffin drives it to the middle. He's looking for the momentum. Patton on the bottom. Is Smith going to put up a fight? He does. Now Daffin going to be the fastest of these three at the line. Smith not being aggressive enough is going to let Patton clear for the lead. Here comes Daffin all the way from third to the inside for the lead. But he couldn't get to stick. He got on the bumps. That'll tighten him up. Through 1 and 2, he is clear of Smith for second. Great move by Daffin to take away P2.
Well, they were side by side a little bit further back in the pack. Now they are with Fife and Wetmore. Wetmore trying to work his way back through the field after restarting around 9th or 10th. He was up in second and third earlier, so we'll see if he can work his way back up there.
He is clear for 6th. And keep in mind, he might be a little behind now, but he does have the most amount of fuel in the field.
Oh, he just... Oh, I think that was an audio glitch. Never mind. It sounded like he cut his engine off, but that was probably an audio glitch.
Yeah, saving fuel by cutting the entire engine off under green. The Marco Zambrose but worse strategy is Patton once again driving it to the bottom, really on that bottom lane as he drives to the bottom of turn 1 and 2, where there's all those bumps on the bottom of the racetrack. Did I mention that he's on the bottom of the track?
Word of the day, bottom.
Okay. Anyways, we're moving swiftly onwards from that as Alec Daffin tries to get the run off turn 2. 4, wherever we are. I don't know where we are.
Postigo looking to the outside of Height for 4th.
A little bit of a slide on the way into the corner. We don't see Renato run these ovals really ever, but he decided to show up today. He's doing pretty well, trying to get to the outside of Caitlin Height. Here he goes down the back.
Good run there off, too.
Like I said, though, we've only seen him on the road course this season. He has 2 wins on them, but he does not run these ovals except for today, as he gets up in a 4th. Looking behind a little bit, Guillermo Alvarez trying to get to the bumper of Jacob Fife. Behind them, playoff driver Michael DeWell not having a great day as William Dunn is clear of him. Alvarez, another playoff driver, not having a great day as of late, but started off nice and strong. He is trying to get around Jacob Fife as he drives it to the bottom. Fife gets a little sideways.
I think maybe that damage from Duell scraping the wall a little earlier has anything to do with him being back here? Or
oh, definitely.
Would he have gotten all that fixed by now?
He probably got some of it fixed, but it's iRacing. You can't get all of it fixed because, again, it's iRacing, and please fix your damage model. I am begging you. As Jacob Fife drives away from Alvarez on exit.
And Duel just Got to the outside there of Dunn through 1 and 2, and Duel's starting to work his way back through the field.
See him on the you see him on the outside here, not giving Dunn a lot of room on the bottom. Michael Duel trying to clear for 8th or for 9th. There he goes.
Rodrigo's moving up, or I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Rodrigo.
Yes.
Postigo
Renato
is
Rodrigo
coming up. He's on the outside of Smith. He's going to take 3rd away.
Postigo might have figured out this oval stuff early on, and he is right now moving through the field. He's up to 3rd. Lap 75 underway for these drivers, and Postigo looking to make a good name for himself on these ovals in his only oval start this season.
Yeah, I saw the R in Renato, and then the ego at the very end of his name. So I was like, oh, clearly his name is Rodrigo, without reading, his actual name.
I can see where that came from. I understand.
So I am sorry, Mr. Postigo, for butchering that.
And now Caitlin Height to the bottom of Cody Smith, who is dropping like a rock. Moving to the back and quickly. What might he be dropping like, Jack?
I don't know, a rock?
A large brick in a 1-foot river, as they say, as Caitlin Height has made her way up to 4th. I don't think anyone's going to get that joke. Oh, well.
No.
You didn't get it?
No.
You didn't?
No, I didn't get it.
Okay, so let me explain it. So, you've heard Brian Hicks and his cinder block in a 2-foot creek, right?
No.
Okay. 0.3 of a second between Postigo and Daffin. I feel like dying now.
Just gonna move on from that.
Maybe it's Spalding who said it, I don't know. Whatever, I'm just sad now.
Sorry, I ruined your joke.
Yeah, you did. You really did. Postigo, I don't know if he's not saving tires or what, but he is moving quickly. He is inching up on the bumper of Daffin. We are on lap 78. 0.2 between him and the 48 car.
Meanwhile, Patton's just checked out. He is gone.
He is really gone. I don't know if he's not saving tires or what, because he didn't have this pace in the first run as Postigo nearly gets the wall off turn 2. Could have been disastrous for the 69 car, who has put together a great run so far. I wonder if that right front is starting to hurt.
I mean, probably. We haven't seen this pace out of Postigo like all race long, except for right now. So he's definitely pushing. So I can see that tire being worn a little bit as here comes Height. Peek into the inside, trying to get a little bit of space there underneath him.
Caitlin Height to the bottom. There's that word again, side by side with Postigo. Down to turn 3.
Just gonna let her go.
Yeah, Postigo. I have a feeling that he was making a lot of good progress and making a lot of good wear on that right front.
Yeah.
Here comes Wetmore to the outside of Cody Smith. Couldn't make that move work. Height's up to 3rd. We'll see if some of that long run pace she had earlier on in the season can come back today. Haven't really seen it in a while.
Wetmore to the inside of Smith now. Did the crossover there off turn 2.
Side by side to turn 3. Wetmore on the bottom. Wraps that white line. Smith fights back on the high side, not willing to let go. Might let Jacob Fife have a run here 3 wide. And a big
he's going to put it in the middle.
Oh, yeah, he couldn't make it 3 wide on the bottom, so he made it 3 wide a different way. Wetmore covers off the door again. Now Caitlin Height 1/10 away from Alec Daffin. And last time by, didn't run faster than Brad Patton, but ran a similar time to him.
Now Alvarez has joined this party, and he's getting around Cody Smith. So Smith is just... Something's wrong with Cody Smith. He is just falling hard.
Something's wrong with the 18 car. Or
Nah, they're driving good.
Or is it there's a problem on the 18 car? What's that line from Watkins Glen? Something's wrong with the 18.
From 2012?
Yeah, something's wrong with the 18.
I don't know. I try to forget that for obvious reasons.
Oh, right. I forget you like Kyle Busch. Side by side. I mean, I like him too. Just not too much of a fan. Just kind of there.
Yeah.
As Postigo ripping the fence. trying to hold on to third, but he ended up losing fifth.
I think he's just getting out of the way. He's burned his stuff up already.
Yeah, he has given up. He is not having a fun time. So now it'll be up to Caitlin Height to try and run down Brad Patton. She ran faster than him last time by 3/1000ths of a second. And is actually gaining on him through 3 and 4. Yeah, this time by, Caitlin Height runs about 1/2 a tenth quicker than Patton. I'm assuming that we're not...
What?
I'm assuming that Patton is not going to go to the end without stopping, but depending on how the fuel looks with that caution, I mean, they might be able to. We'll see.
Definitely the guys who came in topped off, they'll be able to make it. But these guys who didn't, those 6 who didn't, it'll be interesting.
Yeah, the one thing I do know, it's very close. And Caitlin Height is faster than Brad Patton by about 1/2 a tenth of a second. In a way, I kind of hope she doesn't win the race because I don't think she has a microphone yet, so I still can't interview her when she wins. It's kind of a problem.
Oh. But with gaining about 1/2 a tenth a lap, she's still 2.5 seconds back. So will she be able to catch him without something happening to Patton?
I mean, my instinct is yes, because I think that if you have a little bit of long run pace, the effects are just exacerbated as the run goes on. But the other thing you got to consider, they might be pitting soon. If these drivers are going to try and stop one more time to the end, then yeah.
That was a good word there.
Exacerbated? Thank you.
Yeah. Good SAT word.
Thank you so much.
I know you're going to be preparing for that soon, probably. I don't know.
Oh, we got a pit stop. Someone's pitted. Wait, no, we don't. I lied. I lied to you all. Never mind.
Yeah, there's nothing going on back there.
I thought I saw a car on pit road, but as it turns out, I'm just seeing things.
We're all seeing things. I thought I saw a big wreck on that restart. You're seeing people pit.
I think we're all... It's just the heat, you know? Las Vegas is a very hot place, very hot track. I went there in 2017. It was very, very hot.
All those desert illusions.
Yeah, all those desert illusions. 1/10 of a second between... Nope. 1/10 of a second cut down between Brad Patton and Caitlin Height. So Height's still running faster than Patton.
She's starting to pick up a little bit more because she was only, what, a few hundredths, 1/2 a tenth faster. Now she's a full tenth faster, so she might be starting to chew into this gap a little bit as Postigo puts in chat that he's coming into pit.
But last time by, you know what? Alec Daffin was actually the fastest of the top 3. But it's going to be interesting to the end as Patton continues to try and check out, but still, oh my god, last time by 2/10 of a second slower, yeah.
Daffin and Wetmore were all quicker.
Yeah, Caitlin Height, Alec Daffin, Tom Wetmore, they are moving. Brad Patton, I mean, he's very inconsistent. Once in a while, I mean, he'll be extremely good at the long runs, and other times he'll just burn up his stuff right away, and right now it appears to be a case of that as Caitlin Height is still closing in. I think it's going to be even more than 2/10 this time by.
2.6 at the line, 1.8.
Yeah, I lied. It was less than a tenth.
Well, I mean, she's still... They're all catching him.
Yeah, I mean, they're all moving in.
Gap is now below 2 seconds.
It's getting closer. Pretty soon she'll be in DRS range. It's an F1 paint scheme, so I assume that's the thing.
Oh, Patton's pitting.
And here he comes down pit road. So is anyone going to join him in the next couple of laps, or is everyone else trying to make it to the end? I guarantee you Tom Wetmore is. I don't see why he would have topped off if he wasn't. Side by side behind.
Looks like Alvarez hit the pits last time by. Alan Rowell is also in the pit.
So a lot of drivers pitting. I'm a little curious that I don't see anyone staying out because I think that they'd be able to make it. Or at least might be able to try and make it. I think Wetmore's definitely going to have a shot at it.
Yeah, he'll definitely be staying out with what he did earlier in this race and coming down to top off. He's going to be one who stays out.
I mean, I have a feeling, but Caitlin Height might be as well. I don't No, never mind. I was going to say that she tried something like this at Nashville earlier this year, but that was not her. That was someone else in that race who tried it to the stage. But I think that Tom Wetmore, in that first run, might have just been testing the waters for the second run and is now trying to put that plan into action. He is third on the track at the moment. And I think he might be clutching at a 3 and 4. Listen in. They go into turn 1 here. Wetmore might cut the power. Yep, you hear it right there.
Oh, yep.
He's out of the gas, onto the clutch, and doing his best to make it to the end of the race without stopping. And if you ask me, I'm pretty sure it's doable.
Yeah, I like that move. Height's not clutching. Daffin isn't clutching. It's just Wetmore right now.
So Caitlin Height might actually be going for an overcut on Brad Patton, trying to get fresher tires for the end of the race.
Oh, Patton coming up on the back of Duel nearly runs into him.
A little bit of trouble. That's the other thing about pitting early. You got to deal with a lot of slow traffic. Not quite as much of these smaller fields, but definitely still an issue. I think Caitlin Height definitely going for an overcut here, because if she pits even 5 laps later than the one car, she is going to have a big tire advantage for the end of the race.
I'm just surprised nobody else is trying to save, because, I mean, I feel like Wetmore, he can't be the only one trying to make it to the end.
He could be. It's definitely not out of the question. I think a lot of these guys don't really think about trying to do something too different, because they know that it's safer to just stay on strategy with everyone else. But at the same time, staying on strategy with everyone else isn't going to get you a win. And that's what Wetmore's going for in this race. 5/10, by the way, between Alec Daffin and Caitlin Height. That gap is coming down a little bit.
Yeah, old Daffin's pitting.
25 to go. Daffin into the pits. So now Caitlin Height, clear and away the race leader, as Brad Patton has gotten around Tom Wetmore for second. Patton definitely making huge inroads on the leader here. It's going to be a massive undercut Caitlin Height's going to have to claw back from, but if she pits now, she's going to have a big enough tire advantage that it might work out in her favor. We'll see. She tried something similar to this at the Circuit of the Americas earlier this year, and it worked out for her there. It got her a race win, but only got that pass done in the closing lap. It happened in the last lap. It happened in the last couple of corners. We'll see if we have to, or we'll see if we see something similar today, or if she's going to pit. Or if she's not going to pit, sorry.
I don't know. I really like what Wetmore's doing here. I'm surprised, at least it seems like more people aren't doing it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, Patton and Wetmore, though, the thing is, now they're on the same lap. They're only 28 seconds apart, and he is running over a second faster than Wetmore, so I think it might not turn out to be worth it. We'll see, though.
Smith now gets the inside of Wetmore, trying to take third away, or second away.
Probably going to happen pretty easily. Wetmore shouldn't be putting up too much of a fight right now while he's trying to save tires.
As Alvarez now on fresh tires, lap down. He's going to make it 3 wide on the bottom.
3 wide. They're not going to get it sorted out before the corner. Wetmore being surprisingly aggressive for someone needing to save fuel. 21 to go. Caitlin Height is still out on track. So maybe Caitlin Height is trying to make it to the end of the race.
Interesting thing about Wetmore is, like, he's clutching, but he's also still maintaining quarter speed pretty well. Like, he's not losing that much time saving fuel.
I mean, this wouldn't be the first time this season. Earlier this year, in a race we didn't broadcast, it was in Michigan. Tom Wetmore tried to win the race on fuel mileage then as well. Unfortunately, he got passed by, I believe it was, now I don't remember. That guy that almost won a bunch of races. Yeah, he has a cool name. Right, Dustin Montgomery on, like, the last lap. So, he's done this before. He's tried it before. It has not worked out for him before. Is Caitlin Height going to come around to take 19 to go and is yet to be saving fuel? I wonder if Cody Smith is trying to make it to the end as well. He is one of the drivers that did not top off. He is clutching,
he just started clutching. see if Fife starts clutching too. Not yet.
I do wonder if a lot of these drivers are trying to go a little harder earlier on in the run and clutch less at the end to try and finish strong. I think that's what Tom Wetmore is trying to do, and why he's been clutching so much, and Cody Smith, and why Caitlin Height and Cody Smith only started clutching recently. Actually, has Caitlin Height even started clutching? I don't know.
Yeah, I was about to say.
We'll see in a 3. No?
Nope.
So maybe she thinks she can just make it to the end. Maybe that Supra is a little bit more fuel efficient than we thought. I don't know. Some illegal fuel, an illegal Carl Long style engine, except smaller.
Got that Michael Waltrip rocket fuel in the car.
Got that Michael Waltrip extremely fuel efficient fuel.
It's real interesting seeing Smith and Wetmore battle, like, still really hard for this second position while still both saving fuel. This is fun to see.
Yeah, but the problem is that it's going to be costing them a lot of time to Brad Patton. He's only half a track away with 17 to go.
Oh, Wetmore's not even clutching anymore.
So Wetmore might have saved enough fuel. He might be good to the end. What about Caitlin Height, though? She's the wild card in all this. She's obviously not trying to pull an overcut. So what's the plan here for the 00? Can she make it to the end without clutching at all? Or is she saving it all for the end?
And can Patton
no,
make
there
up
it is.
that
There
much
it is.
time?
The 00 on the clutch into turn 3. So back to what you were saying about Patton?
I'm interested to see if he can make up this much time under green.
I don't know. I mean, it would be about... what? Like...
He's 23 seconds back, and there's 15 to go. So he would need to catch by over, like, a second and a half a lap.
I mean, not quite a second and a half. It was 9/10 last time by. I'm just worried that they're not going to be able to make it to the end on fuel. I mean, Wetmore maybe, but he is a lot closer to Brad Patton. 14 laps to go, and it'll come down to the closing laps in this race. Do not go anywhere. That's an order, by the way. If you go anywhere, I will find you, and I will make it your problem.
I do not endorse this threat.
I do. Another clutch into turn 3 by Cody Smith. 13 to go now. Patton has the gap down to 20 seconds, but that's still not enough closing. So if Height can make it to the end, she is looking good to win this race. Both the 18 and the 51 clutching their way down into the corner.
It doesn't sound like Wetmore hasn't been clutching for the last couple laps. I think he might be good to go.
I thought I heard it in a 1. No, never mind. He's just off the power. So now he'll have to turn his attention to getting around Cody Smith. 12 to go. All right, Jack, take your bets now. Who do you think is going to win this race?
I think Wetmore saved enough, I think. I don't think Height and Smith did enough saving early on.
Cody Smith out of the wall, turn 2. That's hard contact with the outside wall. It's going to damage the car, and that is going to put Tom Wetmore up into second.
Anyway, plus, on top of all that, Wetmore came in and stopped. Like, he topped off during the stage caution, and Height and Smith didn't.
Yeah, so that's 2 laps extra on fuel as well.
Yeah, and especially now that Wetmore has gotten around Smith, I think he's in the best position to win this.
Yeah, 11 to go. Brad Patton update, he is 18.7 seconds back. He is not closing in fast enough. So I think it's going to be between the 51 and the 00, 10 to go.
Oh, yeah, now looking at the right side of the 18, he's got some big damage there.
Yeah.
So that's going to really hurt him. He's falling back to Jacob Fife now. Fife trying to take third away now.
Jacob Fife is one of the drivers that did not top off as well. In fact, I think a lot of the drivers that topped off actually pitted, which I don't really understand, but I guess why not? I don't know. Nine to go now. Here comes Fife to the inside of Cody Smith. Wrong driver, Jonathan.
Yeah. Smith's not even going to fight that. He knows.
Not going to Fife that.
Speaking of William Dunn,
okay, anyway.
He's having a good run here in 5th.
How about it? William Dunn going after a top 5. One of the more quietly consistent drivers in this field. Michael Duell, P6. Nick Terrebuck gets around Kevin Matz for 8th.
Yeah, I think Dunn was also one of those guys who came in to top off, so he might be good to go on fuel too.
Yes, he is. Yeah, you're correct. I should probably look at things before I start talking. 2.6 seconds now between Wetmore and Height. And Height has dropped off the pace. Might she be clutching a little bit more? Let's find out.
Wetmore was about a 10th quicker the last time by. Let's see. 32.7 for Height. 32.49
yeah, Height's
for Wetmore.
clutching. I think Height might have overestimated the amount of fuel she had left in the tank, and now is paying the price for it. Terrebuck up to 7th over Lee Pierce. Tom Wetmore 2.5 back from Caitlin Height, and with enough fuel to probably make it to the end. I doubt that he wouldn't be clutching if he didn't have the fuel to make it.
Yeah, he's so much quicker through the corners now. I don't know if Height can make it to the end. I don't know if Wetmore can catch her, although he is a lot faster than her right now. It is only about a 10th. But, I mean, if Height can make it to the end, I don't know if Wetmore can get there.
So now it's go time for Tom Wetmore, and potentially go time for Caitlin Height. But you gotta wonder, how has she saved enough fuel if she didn't top off at the caution and hasn't been clutching? I don't think it's possible, but I guess I've seen weirder. We got 5 to go from Las Vegas. If there was ever a track to take a gamble at, it's this one. 2.5 seconds now between Height and Tom Wetmore, and now I'm wondering if Caitlin Height might have found enough in that tank because she is not dropping back anymore.
Battle for 5th is heating up. William Dunn and Michael Duell. Duell all over the back bumper of Dunn now.
They're having a bit of a duel for 5th.
It's also a battle for 7th going on.
Wow.
Terrebuck, Pierce, Stevenson, Matz, and Heichman all there together, all trying to get 7th there.
All in one conglomeration of positionings.
Yeah, this is just a little update. Although Height's picked it up now with 4 to go.
Yeah, she's back in the power. 4 to go. I just don't know if she can make it. I don't see how.
She's not clutching anymore.
No, and I don't see how this is possible. I'm gonna be honest. 3 to go. Jacob Fife has caught Tom Wetmore. Wetmore slowing down. Is Wetmore having to coast? No, not in a 1. He might have just burnt up his tires.
Yeah, Height's now. Yeah, she's just about a full 10th quicker than Wetmore now. I think she's got it now.
I don't know how this is possible. I'm gonna be honest. I got no words. If she can do it, it'll be a miracle. 2 to go. 3 miles left in this race. A spot to the round of 8 on the line. And it's between Caitlin Height and Tom Wetmore. Does Caitlin Height... What was that? Does Caitlin Height have enough fuel to make it back? Or does Tom Wetmore have that little bit extra to get to the checkered flag? It's going to be close, but we'll have a winner in another 2 miles. In a 3 and 4. White flag, 1 lap to go. And I'm sure these drivers are on edge right now. Oh, we got a caution. We got trouble.
Oh, Kevin Matz got turned around in the backstretch. Don Stevenson's in it too.
And this is going to bring everyone down pit road, give Patton a chance at a better finish, and more importantly, Tom Wetmore, who has been one of the most aggressive drivers all season, is going to be right there with Caitlin Height. Oh, wow. This might just change everything.
That just coming off turn 2 there, Stevenson just got a little high scraped the wall, and then Matt's just nowhere to go when he came back off it. That's, oh.
Oh, and that sent them both plowing into the inside wall. Hard hits for both those drivers. They might have to be sent to the infield care center after that one. Take a look at what happened. And looks like Stephenson, yeah, like you said, just got high off too. Nothing he could do about it. Pow. Into the inside wall.
Oh, everybody has pitted except for Brad Patton.
I don't know about that call. I really don't know about that call. 30-lap old tires. I don't like this call by Patton. I really don't like this call by Patton. Well, we'll see who wins the race off pit road.
Daffin and Alvarez stayed out too, so you got the top 3 on older tires. So this will be really fun. I don't like
that call even a little bit. I understand wanting to go for the win, but I don't see it happening. Guess there's no way to know for sure though. It's just gonna be so slow compared to those tires. So we'll find out.
Caitlin Height wins the race on pit road. Wetmore, Fife, Smith, and Dunn, the first 5 out of the pits.
I don't see the reasoning behind this call at all. I would understand it if they were like 30th with decently fresh tires, but they pitted 30 laps to go at a very high wear racetrack from 10th out of 15th. I don't see it happening.
And with how clean this race has been, I mean, there's really no point in gambling on a caution for everybody to wreck themselves behind you.
I think that they are going to be the caution. If there's going to be a caution, it's going to be them.
Oh boy.
I don't like this call. There's going to be way too much wheel spin, not enough traction through the corners. I doubt we're going to see Brad Patton leading by the time they get off turn number 2.
Cody Smith ducking in again, probably to get some of that right side damage fixed.
I would assume so. I don't like it. Don't like the call.
All right, so now, who do you think's gonna win?
I gotta put my money on Caitlin Height. I mean, I think she's good enough on the short runs that she's going to be able to get around these cars with no real issues. The thing I'd be worried about is a wreck on the restart because of wheel spin. That's the thing I'm most worried about, really. Because there's enough dirty air in these cars to hold anyone back. I mean, I guess it's worth a shot. I don't think Patton has too much to lose. Either way, he's probably going to finish, I mean, around where he started the caution from, but I don't know. Lights are going to be out this time by. Jack, what do you think?
Well, Wetmore, I would go with him, but he's now trapped behind 2 of these old tire cars on the inside. He's going to have nowhere to go. Honestly, I think Fife, he can probably snake his way through this. If Height gets held up by Daffin or Patton, I think Fife can get through there, and he might just take this.
Yeah. In a way, it puts everyone inside the top 10 in the mix because, I mean, if we get a wreck on the restart because the driver's spinning their tires, I mean, really anything could happen. I don't know. I mean, Vegas, it's certainly going to help the fact that the track is cool. We're under the lights. It's night. There's a lot of grip out there right now, but those old tires, I don't think they're going to be able to hold on. I think Patton is just trying to do anything better than 10th, which is where he was when the caution came out.
But in that vein, I would have gone with 2 tires.
Yeah, I would have as well.
Staying out.
2 tires are better than none.
Noted 2-tire strategy enthusiast over here. It's worked for me in the past, so
yeah,
I love seeing people do it. I'm surprised they didn't.
I'm gonna ride on board with Tom Wetmore on this restart. Pace car's in, Patton is down. Here we go.
Green flag, green flag.
Oh, he's miles ahead. I mean, he has to be that far ahead.
Oh, look at Wetmore down to the inside. 3 wide by the time they get to turn 1, and he is going to have him cleared easily. Contact. Up the track goes the 48 of Daffin. Height gets held up. Here comes Tom Wetmore. He's known for closing out these races strong, and now he has 2 more laps to get around Patton. They both go to the bottom this time by. Wetmore to the high side. He gets sideways. This brings Jacob Fife back into the mix. He gets to the bottom. He gets blocked. 3 wide for the lead.
Right here for the lead.
Oh, it's going to be close. Wetmore to the top. Fife to the bottom. Down to turn 1. Wetmore has the lead for now. Fife going to try and take it off too. Patton falling back. Height with a run down the back straightaway. Fife to the bottom to block. Down into turn number 3, Tom Wetmore, the closer of the Integrity Racing League, is going to take the victory as they wreck behind. Turn 4, checkered flag for Tom Wetmore. He wins it at Vegas. Oh, that's the big one.
Wow.
We got 1 car on his roof coming to the start-finish line. Tom Wetmore closes out another one in incredible fashion here in the Integrity Racing League, as to the line, playoff driver Jay Heisman up and over to the line. That was incredible. Great win for Tom Wetmore. In a way, he's known for closing out these races in exciting fashion, and he was able to get it done once again tonight.
How about William Dunn getting through that, finishing second?
How about it? Good job, William Dunn. Michael Duell as well. A lot of valuable playoff points. Brad Patton, because of the wreck, holds on to 4th. But Tom Wetmore, he'll be the one everyone's talking about as he wins once again in the Integrity Racing League. It'll be grass burnouts for the driver of the 51, who closes out another one tonight at Las Vegas.
God, if there wasn't an invisible wall above that catch fence, Fife would have gone over it.
Wow.
That's how hard he got hit.
Hard hit for Jacob Fife, showcasing the incredible old damage model here on iRacing. Every opportunity I get to hate on that damage model, I'm going to take it. It's Tom Wetmore, a winner for the 4th, I want to say, maybe 5th time this season. It's been a very winning season for Tom Wetmore. Not the most consistent of drivers, but when he is good, he is very, very good. Let's go ahead and bring him into the booth and have a few words with your race winner. Tom Wetmore, we're going to have to start calling you the closer, man. It's another win for you in the Integrity Racing League. Talk us through that last restart.
I'm still shaking, Jonathan. I don't know how we were able to pull that one off there. We pulled some tire strategy early there, hoping that it was going to come down to something in the end where tires mattered. I sure as heck didn't expect that, though. I mean, I know Katie was going to be on the edge on fuel, but I think she had it, and late race cautions can't change everything, right?
Absolutely. And, I mean, we saw there in the first stage and in the latter half of the race, we see Jacob Fife taking a ride into the catch fence and slamming back into the ground. We saw in the first stage that you stayed out to around lap 55. You came into pit twice during the caution, and then during the second half of the race, stayed out until the end. During that first stage, was that kind of you testing the waters of what was possible with this fuel tank?
It absolutely was. I could tell that we were as fast as Brad in clean air, but the problem is with these Xfinity cars, you get in some dirty air, the nose pushes up, and it makes it really challenging to make a pass. And you know, I love Brad. He's a great teammate, one of the best drivers in this league, and to see him come up short on tires, that really sucks. But it's like, man, what are you going to do when you see somebody you're not going to be able to pass? You got to make a change, and we're lucky enough we were able to put this Garage Moon Power Tube Tech LLC Super in victory lane again tonight.
Yeah, we talk about that winning move through 1 and 2 to the high side on Brad Patton. You were 3 wide with Fife there on the bottom, but talk us through the corners before 3 and 4. You go into the corner, you're behind Patton, you stay behind him, and you jump high. What was the thought process there as you're making your way through the corner?
I thought for sure he would run the high lane and do a little bit later entry, and he didn't. He dove down to the bottom, and my car actually got super loose, chased it up the track, which allowed Fife to get close, and I knew it was going to be a battle there, and we went into one, and I didn't know if I was going to come out ahead or if the 3 of us were going to end up in the catch fence there. It was a real gamble here at Las Vegas, that's for damn sure.
And lastly, I mean, we talk about this win, how significant it is to the season. It locks you into the round of 8, and specifically keeps you safe from Talladega and the Charlotte Roval the next 2 weeks. I mean, what does this mean for your playoff and championship chances as we move forward through these playoffs?
Well, for those of you who've been watching live here, at road courses, I think I have an average finish of DNF, and for plate races, they're always a gamble. So, if I'm going to keep a Las Vegas pun out of my mouth, I'd rather do it here and not have to deal with a gamble later. So, to be able to get into this one here with a little bit of tire strategy, and I mean, gosh, I don't know. But we were a little bit close on fuel. These Toyota Supers, man, they put down a ton of power, but you sacrificed in the fuel department. Both Jacob Fife and I were both saving, and we knew we were going to make it to the end there, but we certainly weren't planning on a late race caution, but you have to plan for anything these days.
Yeah, Tom, congratulations on the win. Big win for you tonight. Another exciting victory. I believe it's either the 4th or the 5th on the season. You have to fact check me on that one. Thank you for taking the time to talk to us, and we are going to send you back.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and before we go, I just want to thank Dorman. He painted this paint scheme for me a couple weeks ago, and I'm happy I'm able to put that thing in victory lane. For all the guys at Garage Moon Power down there in Atlanta, Georgia, and TubeTech LLC, they're up in Minnesota right now, so happy to put them on a job.
Shout out Robert Dorman. Tom, thank you for joining us. We're going to send you back.
Thanks, Jonathan. Bye.
And that's Tom Wetmore, race winner again this season. He's really just able to close out these wins in some of the most exciting ways possible. Next up, we're going to bring William Dunn into the booth with a very surprising second-place finish. William, we weren't really paying attention to you there on those last couple of laps, but you were able to squeeze through that last lap wreck and come away with P2. Talk us through your perspective of that overtime restart.
Well, it was exciting, that's for sure. I knew some of those guys had old tires in front, so it was going to be a mess. But everybody did a great job. I was surprised at how well the restart went. So I was just trying to do the best I could, navigate through there without getting wrecked. And then they crashed, and the seas just parted. I was able to drive, right between, it was Jacob and Katie, and hold on for P2. So pretty good finish. I haven't been able to race a lot recently. So it's good to be back and finally get a solid finish. It feels good.
Yeah, and we talk about the race. I mean, it was a pretty dynamic one. A lot of drivers moving around the track looking for grip. We saw you fighting inside the top 5 pretty often throughout the night. What were some of the keys to being fast here at Las Vegas, specifically with the different lines that you could use?
Well, I'm terrible at saving tires, and that's what I was trying to do for most of the second half of the race, was just save my tires and survive. I had enough fuel to make it, so the caution came out. I was a little disappointed. I thought it was going to hurt me, but ended up making it far enough. But yeah, the different lines, I tried high, I tried low, just wherever I felt I could go to save tires. But, for the most part, I would just find whatever worked there.
And you had a pretty quiet race the whole night. We don't really have a lot to talk to you about, so is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to for your interview?
Just thanks you guys for broadcasting. Thanks for Don for keeping this going. I know it's not easy. We want to get the counter drivers up. We wish we could get more, and we're working on stuff for that. But thanks for Don for everything he does, and the rest of the admin team, and you guys. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we appreciate the thank you, and congratulations on your second place finish tonight.
Thanks a lot.
I have no idea what he said in his last answer because he glitched out a lot, but we're going to assume that he said something about field counts. I think I heard that. League's open for signups if you want to join. I think that the main way to join is on the Facebook page for the Integrity Racing League. You can check them out. Let's go and bring up Michael Dwell into the booth. That's not the right channel. There we go. Michael, Jonathan Oates, TMG broadcast booth. You got a copy?
Hey, what's up, bud?
I mean, hey, we're doing good up here, and I'm sure you're doing good down there. You came home in third, the second highest playoff driver. I mean, throughout the season, you've always been there in contention, not able to close out on a win, but still a lot of solid finishes, and tonight's just another one of those. Talk us through your race, and specifically those last 2 laps.
Yeah, I was just kind of looking for stage points tonight. I need all the points I can get because I'm a little behind, obviously. But no, I just kind of drive around, and then that last pit stop on the restart there, I just immediately started saving. And I think I had top 5 wrapped up until that last caution. And then from there, it was just a crapshoot. I just followed Dunn through the turn 4 melee and end up with the top 3, so I'll take it.
You know, I mean, we talk about you being the second highest finishing playoff driver as we head into the next two races at Talladega and Charlotte, the Charlotte Roval. How nice is it to have that little bit of a cushion to the cut line?
It's all right. It's still a little nerve wracking because, like I said, in point standings, I got a long way to go. I'm kind of towards the bottom, so I'll just do what I can, get as many stage points as possible, and work out a good finish, and we'll just see what happens.
And we talk about those next two races being Talladega and the Charlotte Roval. I think a lot of drivers look at those and get a little bit scared. What's your mentality going into some of those more wild card races?
Well, Charlotte Roval, I've never been really that great at, so that's probably a crapshoot, honestly, to me, versus Talladega. Talladega, I usually kind of ride either up front or in the middle, just kind of hang out. I don't like to ride in the back because it's just boring. That's not my style. So hopefully you'll see me up there competing for a win next week.
Yeah, Michael, thank you for talking to us tonight. Congratulations on your third place finish. Is there anyone that you want to give a shout out to?
Well, I'm glad. Thank everybody for watching tonight. Especially hi to Nancy, because she's my number one fan in the chat there. Thank you guys for broadcasting. Thanks to Integrity and Dawn, everybody, for putting this on. I know the field's getting kind of small towards the end of the year, but definitely appreciate the time, and we'll try again next week.
Michael, thank you for joining us. Congratulations on your finish. We're going to send you back.
All right, but appreciate it.
And that was Michael Duell, finished second tonight in that number 88 machine, third tonight in that number 88 machine. A nice little benefit to have going into the next two races at Talladega and Charlotte. We're going to be signing off here soon, but before we go, Jack, any last thoughts on the action tonight?
That was a really good race overall. Lots of multi-groove racing all throughout. I was kind of hoping there that it would stay green there at the end and we could have some fuel strategy play out, but that last caution there with 2 to go, that just completely changed everything. And I thought that I made the right choice going with Jacob Fife there at the end, but he just unfortunately got caught up in that big wreck at the end. But Wetmore, I mean, I thought he had enough to save, and he eventually got the win. So I mean, I guess that kind of counts as being half right. But that was a really good race all throughout. So yeah.
Yeah, really great race. A lot of action despite the small field counts. Very exciting finish. I think Tom Wetmore really played his cards right there at the end. Another exciting win for him. He's always seems to be up front in these very exciting races, so definitely a good thing to have. Speaking of exciting races, next 2 weeks will be at Talladega and then the Charlotte Roval for the round of 12 elimination. You won't want to miss that Monday nights here on TMG. But until next time, this has been Jonathan Oates and Jack Painter signing out. Jack, thank you for joining me. We'll see you all next time. Goodbye, everybody.
Bye-bye.